Show. How you guys doing today? Let me get my chat all situated for you guys. Take me 2 shakes. All right. All right, we're all good now. So, a few updates, guys. Well, one, you guys might be wondering where yesterday's video went. Well, the video didn't turn out quite as I expected, so I deleted it, and we are starting fresh. So, in case you guys didn't get into the stream yesterday, you guys won't be missing anything. So we're actually starting a whole new game, so you guys will be able to catch everything for the first time. Alright, new story, let's go. I hope I remember to turn the subtitles on. Man, Joker did not brush his teeth. Look at that. The man needed to brush his darn teeth. That's just not right, man. Brush your darn teeth. If you're gonna be smiling that much, brush your darn teeth.
This is how it happened. This is how the Batman died. Nine months ago, Joker was cremated. I pressed the button and burnt the evil bastard myself. And then we waited.
He just wanted to have a laugh.
Gotham braced itself for the inevitable power struggle. But it didn't come. Crime actually fell. Deep down, I knew war was coming. I was just waiting for someone to
Nope,
pull the
I
trigger.
forgot to turn on the subtitles. So as soon as we get to a playable moment, we'll turn on the subtitles. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. We can do the options right here. Game options. Very difficulty. Audio. Here we go. Subtitles.
Thanks.
No problem.
There we go.
Oh, thanks, honey.
Hey,
So,
Black Shadow, how's it
what's
going,
up,
buddy?
baby?
And yes, you are first.
Okay, chicken salad with no dressing.
No, you know what? Make it waffles. With a side of bacon.
I want me some waffles!
Whatever you say, officer.
Give me some waffles.
Oh, and if you want some more coffee, just shout.
Waffles and bacon.
Next service, waffles with bacon on the side.
That's good, bud.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt your dinner, Officer, Owens. But there's a guy smoking over there in the corner booth.
Wait here. I'll have a word.
Why do I have to have a word? Can't I have my food? Seriously, I like to have my food. I mean, look, I haven't even had a sip of my coffee.
You gonna check that guy out? He's down the back.
99% done with Thorn Quest. Yeah, I haven't actually even started doing my kills yet.
He's just been sitting there, staring out the window.
Hang on, wait. There was something on the fridge, wasn't it? There we go. Missing Henry Adams.
You gonna check that guy
Have
out?
you seen this man? No, but with a face like that, with a... Well, he's...
He's just been
With a hair like that,
staring
sure.
out the window.
I'll be able to recognize him immediately.
You don't scare people like that.
Joker? Joker passed away.
Excuse me, sir. There's no smoking in here.
Oh! Well, we just saw him get incinerated, so... I don't know. Maybe that wasn't the Joker. Maybe it was like some messed up guy that he surgically altered. I don't know. It's the Day of the Dead! Stay back! Stay back! Stay back, you demons! Stay back! Stay back! Apparently they didn't stay back.
This demonstration used just 5 ounces of my latest toxin. Tomorrow, this will seem like child's play.
Johnny Charisma live.
This is your only warning.
Oh, I don't think I ever covered it. Why Scarecrow looks like that. So in case you guys haven't played the previous games, well, this is not really me spoiling it. So basically, Scarecrow was kind of messing around in Killer Croc's lair. Yeah. And Killer Croc took him for a nice, juicy fish. Messed up his face really bad, and he just... Instead of getting another mask to cover up his hideous face, he just made his face more hideous. And made his face look like his mask.
Not so many.
That pretty much sums it up. Well, I'm not hungry no more.
The only people left on the streets are the sort that enjoy the chaos.
Gotham's finest.
Scum. Criminals. And worse. Not enough good people left to stop them.
This looks like a job for... Dun 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 dun.
It took just 24 hours for
okay,
us to
my
lose
voice is getting
control of the
tired.
city.
Yes, it is Penguin
Tonight,
Dude's face.
Gotham's relying on one man to save us all.
It's a job for Batman. That's how I remember the controls from yesterday. Because I was playing a lot of Zelda today.
By the time we're finished, there's gonna be nothing left of this stinking city.
Well, that's not fair. I just bought an apartment there. Okay, Bruce Wayne doesn't live in an apartment, but still, come on. What did this city ever do to you?
Two-Face wants payback for the courthouse. That's gonna get it.
I'm just glad you made it out okay. Sorry, I've got to go. Stay safe, Barbara.
You still know how to make an entrance.
How's the evacuation going?
Last bus crossed the city limits an hour ago. I'm just glad my little girl got out when she did. Now the real work begins.
Any lead on Scarecrow?
We were tracking an unknown military vehicle speeding through Chinatown. It's the only lead we've had all night, but they gave us the slip. With the evacuation, I just don't have the manpower left in the city.
If you find
Well,
it,
maybe you
tell
shouldn't
your
have
men
been
not
eating
to
donuts.
engage. I'll deal with it.
Do you really think Scarecrow's crazy enough to detonate a chemical weapon in Gotham?
I won't let that happen, Jim. In case you need to reach me, it's going to be a long night.
All units, we've got a 1033 in Sector 2. Missing patrol car. Unit 247. Suspected officer down.
Hey, Batman. Every damn time.
What can I say? I'm a master at disappearing.
Oracle, I need the location of Unit 247.
Already working on it. How's my dad doing?
He's holding up.
Somehow he
Grumpy.
always does. Okay, I'm sending through the squad car's location. Be careful. It's not looking good out there.
Remind me to hit a toy shop before. Jeez, told my kid I was gonna buy him a present.
You know what? I think I can speak for your kid. He'd be better off without you. I mean, what kind of life lessons are you teaching the kid? Oh, son, if you really want a toy, just go ahead and take it. Come on now.
About time, if you ask me. Batman, he's here! No, please! This ain't your city anymore.
No, it's my city. Look, if I wanted a hug, I would have asked for one. Go hug someone else. I'm gonna sneak up on him.
Hey, Batman!
You're safe.
Thanks, Batman. I thought they were gonna kill me.
I guess.
The city's overrun. We don't stand a chance.
Stay here. I'll send someone to pick you up.
What are you doing?
Evening the odds.
AKA, we're gonna have a nice little tank battle. Like, seriously, they should feature Batmobile in the World of Tanks. But yeah, I know it's supposed to be featured after World War II, I think.
Oracle, I need to track that military vehicle.
A squad car has picked up the pursuit. I'm relaying its location now.
Call off your men, Jim.
Golf Oscar 5-6, this is Commissioner Gordon. I'm calling off the pursuit. It's too dangerous.
Sir, we're right here. We can take these bastards.
Trust me, boy, you don't want to get in my way.
What the? They just fired an RPG at us! Who the hell are these guys?
5-6, pull back down. That's an order. Let Batman deal with this.
Too late.
Please, Batman, you've got to stop them.
Don't worry, Jim. He's mine.
Target vehicle is at the clock tower.
Well, that was easy enough.
That takes care of the vehicle. I need to interrogate the driver and find out what he knows.
Stay back, freak!
I've been called worse. And it kind of got all glitched. It looks like. I'm sorry, guys.
Where's Scarecrow?
Go to hell!
Where is he?
I got nothing to say to you, Batman.
Talk, or I'll crush every bone in your body.
Okay, okay!
Could he come up with something better? Like, I feel like Batman would never say that.
If you're lying, I'll break the other one.
The other one!
That I can understand him actually saying. But like, I'm gonna break every bone in your body. It just like, it doesn't sound like Batman would actually say that.
Oracle, check the chemical analysis I've just uploaded.
Sure. Is this what I think it is?
Scarecrow's new toxin. An uncontaminated sample.
You're not kidding. I'll prepare a full chemical breakdown on the back computer. What are you going to do?
Scarecrow's got a safe house nearby. I'm going to pay him a visit.
Let's hope this is the break we've been waiting for.
So, that happened. I really hope nothing goes wrong in this video, because if so, I'm probably just gonna have to
should check the
move
penthouse
on.
on the top floor.
And I'm doing it again. Pushing the wrong buttons.
I can't say I'm surprised. You should really review your security. I've seen trees with faster reflexes. Something tells me this wasn't part of the plan.
What gave you that idea?
Well, that's made things a little more interesting.
Sir, it's Batman. He's here.
Were you expecting to find me, Batman? I'm afraid I must disappoint you. Take a look at the chamber. I want you to know the fear that is coming.
Listen up, Bat Freak. We're walking out of here, nice and slow. You try anything stupid, I'll blow her brains out.
Charming. But only one of us is getting out of this cell.
No! No! No!
Ouch.
Nothing like a little natural immunity.
I mean,
What are you doing here?
what are
Why
you
did
doing
Scarecrow
here?
lock you up?
No hello.
Tell me.
And what if I don't want to?
Then I burn every plant in Gotham.
It started with a meeting.
What meeting?
Everyone was there. Penguin, Two-Face, Riddler, even poor Harley. Scarecrow said he had a plan. That together we could take you out, and Gotham would be ours.
Over my dead body.
I believe that was the idea. I told him that I wasn't interested in his pathetic human games. And when I came to, I was locked up in that room.
Yeah, something tells me
It's
Scarecrow
such a
doesn't
shame
take
that his
rejection
vile
well.
toxin has no effect on me. Nature always wins. Will he ever learn?
I think we've learned your tricks.
You're coming with me.
You only had to ask. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing.
Go, go, go! We got the target, sir. He's cornered. Don't move.
Are you sure it's him?
Confirmed, it's Batman.
Sir, that tank they have backing them up is unmanned.
Good.
I thought this would be tough. All it took was one...
60mm cannon operational. Fire suppressor engaged. Batman, I've spotted 6 more unmanned tanks moving through Chinatown. They'll be there any second.
Well, it's been a second. I haven't... Okay, there we are. Makes you wonder, like, where are they all? Where do the bad guys get the money for this? Or do they like build these on like a shop or something?
We need to leave.
The master of understatement as ever.
Backseat driver.
I need to know where those tanks are coming from.
I'm tracking several transport helicopters moving into the city. There are more on the way.
Activate the Batmobile weapon diagnostics. It's time to go to war.
Is it war a little of a strong word? I'm just saying it might be a little bit of a strong word.
Simulation activated. Weapon energy system diagnostic test online. Stage 1. Destroy targets to charge up weapon energy and activate missile barrage.
So easy when they're not fighting back.
Missile barrage level 1 ready. Diagnostic stage complete. Stage 2. Charge the missile barrage to level 2 to destroy up to 4 targets at once.
Sure. No problem. This is so much fun. Hey, Domo, what's up, buddy? How's it going?
Missile barrage level 2 ready.
Oh, you just have to wait for everyone to reappear.
I need to power up the secondary weapon to level 2 before firing.
Diagnostic stage complete.
You mean like that?
Stage 3. Taking damage depletes weapon energy. Charge up missile barrage to level 2 and destroy 4 active targets to complete diagnostic test.
Testing out the Batmobile. Yeah. Man, I wish we had the Batmobile from Batman Beyond. That would be freaking cool, but we wouldn't be able to fly it. Wait. Didn't you do this? Yes, this is Arkham Knight. And yes, Shadow, we did do this yesterday, but there was a problem with the video, so I had to take it down. So might as well start from fresh.
Missile barrage level 2 ready.
My favorite Batmobile in game of all of them. So this is, you're saying this is your favorite Batmobile?
Diagnostic test complete. Simulation complete.
Yay! We did it! No, Batman game of... Oh, Arkham City is your favorite This or Batman... Okay, so this or Arkham City is your favorite Batman game. Alright. I gotcha. I don't know,
Simulation activated.
I think the Arkham series is probably one of the best
Stage 1.
iterations of the Batman video games
And activate missile barrage.
in a long time. Like, the last Batman game I really played, I think it was like after the Batman Forever movie came out, and it was for the original PlayStation, I think. Before that, it was the Nintendo, which was based off the I think it was 1977 Batman with Michael Keaton. That game is still hard today. Wait, why am I here again?
Simulation aborted.
Thank you.
Batman, I'm seeing a transport deploying more tanks at Panessa Studios. I've warned GCPD to pull their men off the streets.
I'm heading there now.
Come in, all units. This is
I wish I had a GPS unit that worked like this.
tanks deployed across the city. Gotham is under attack. I want everyone off the streets and back to...
But I couldn't pick a better... But I couldn't pick a better streamer to play it. Sorry, Joe. You're a Resident Evil kind. You're a Resident Evil kind of guy. If you're here. Ah!
DCPD, we're not equipped to deal with
I appreciate it, bud.
Thank God there's someone who is.
I will be playing some horror games later on. Like, I'm probably still going to be playing horror games after Halloween. Because since Code Vein only comes, thank you, Shadow. We call it by both All Hallows Eve, Halloween. Those are the only two names I know it. I think I know it by. I personally call it the Day of the Pumpkin King. And yes, I do watch Nightmare Before Christmas.
Jim,
that's where I got it from.
They can resume their patrols.
But yeah, we call it All Hallows Eve.
Hope they were the last.
Don't count on it. I need the isolation.
I mean, before I came over to YouTube, I used to do a Halloween marathon on Twitch every year, consistent of Outlast, Doom. I think it was Alien Isolation, a year or two ago, because I haven't been on Twitch for a long time. I stopped going over there. But since I don't have Outlast on my PlayStation, I have to wait for when I get a video capture card for my Xbox so I can stream that on Halloween. Because it is such a great game to play if you guys are big into horror games. It is so much fun. I would rather YouTube than Twitch. Well, a buddy of mine... No, this is a good topic, so I'm going to pause the game for a second. A buddy of mine is actually going back over to Twitch. I left Twitch because I found, like... It was fun. It really was. It's... Because I wasn't confident in myself and to be on YouTube. Because I see all these YouTubers. I'm like, I'm nowhere near that caliber. So I started on Twitch. And to build myself up, be ready, be comfortable being in front of a camera. And that's where the Angry Wookiee really started. And as time went on, I grew tired. Well, thank you, Damo. Thank you so much. But the people that came into my stream were very toxic. They were trying to troll, and I couldn't be myself. I couldn't interact with my chat because everything on my chat was either trolling or toxicity, and I just end up shutting down. Like, I completely shut down. Because on Twitch, you don't have tools to help yourself. You can ban them from your chat, but that doesn't stop them from coming back. And what people would do to troll me is they would create hundreds of accounts and come back to my channel. So that doesn't really change anything. I think that's a little bit different on YouTube. I haven't really had an issue like that on YouTube, and which is, I feel, is a much better community. No toxic here, bro. No trolling. We may have a bit of banter, though. That's fine. But no, it got to a point where I just like I said, I shut down. I didn't want to do anything, and I would give it like a break. I gave it like 3 to 6 months. Then I came back, and by that time, it was just like, why am I doing this? Because I had very few people coming to my chat or to my channel, and I just all the I guess you could call it my Twitch soul was drained out of me, and I just like, okay, I'm done. Yeah, I mean, I was always planning on going to Twitch, YouTube, but I was hoping like I could do both. But I'm having such a great time on YouTube that I might probably just do one stream, maybe. But I don't want to close that door. I want to keep it open for maybe when I am able to actually maybe go back to Twitch and see if I can make a go of it or not. But YouTube, I've had nothing but a great time. I've had nothing but great people come to the channel, and I keep on saying to you guys all the time, every time I end a stream, you guys are absolutely amazing. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. Okay, now we need to get into the police station. Okay. Thank you, Domo. I'm gonna start. I just remember I always remember your name, but the first thing that pops into my head when I hear Domo is I'm a huge anime fan. Like, my favorite anime to watch is G Gundam. And one of the characters in G Gundam is named Domon Kashu. And that name just pops up every time. Anytime I read your name, it just pops into my head. Dom or Dominic, or call me Domo Kosh. Domo Kosh. I'll just call you Dom.
Good to have you here, Batman. Bring her down to the lockup on the lower level.
What the hell? Hold your fire! It's Batman!
I don't need to parallel park. I can do just fine.
Any progress with the fear toxin analysis?
And I already have so many ideas on making videos for you guys. Like, once I move and I'm actually able to set up my studio, I already have like a funny skids. I've actually even thought about doing a funny character. Not gonna tell you guys what the character's name is. No spoilers. But it's a character I've been working on for a few years now, and I think he's pretty funny.
Honestly, why do you even bother with these meat sacks?
I hope you guys will enjoy him. I'm going to do some few trial videos with him. I haven't got a Twitter account, but I will make one tomorrow to help you guys out, share your streams and vid. Well, thank you, bud. You don't have to do that.
Oh, good. Another cell.
But, I definitely want to do some trial videos for my sketches.
You feel safer now that I'm all locked up?
To see how you guys like them, how you guys take to them. I also have to get all the material for it too. Alright, so let's go to the evidence room. Which I really appreciate, I really like. It does because it shows progress in this game. I love that about this. The only thing I don't like in this game is a little bit of Batman's face. I mean, if you look at his face for a second, he just looks bug-eyed. If I remember the story correctly, WB Games actually did respond to that because they had a lot of people asking for another one. I wanted another one, but I didn't want Bruce Wayne. No, I wanted Terry McGinnis to be the new Batman. You know, we jump forward. We have, you know, Bruce Wayne now teaching a new Batman. I wanted that game. I love Batman Beyond. And they said, nope, we're not doing another Batman game. And I thought, you know what? They did Batman Arkham Knight, or Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Origins, Arkham Knight. So that's 4 games they've done already. I would be okay with another character. Like, I don't think there's been a good Superman game out, in my opinion. I think there was a Superman game from the N64, and then there was Superman Returns. Ugh, that movie sucked. I'm a Superman fan, and as a Superman fan, I'm a hard critic. I didn't like the fact that the story for Superman Returns. Let me tell you guys. So, Krypton was destroyed. Everyone knows the origin stories of Superman by now. Krypton got destroyed, even though there's some changes in the story between here and there. But the more common one is that Krypton sun went supernova, and I watched the classic Superman 2 today. Oh, the one with Christopher Reeve? Yeah, that one's an awesome one. That's one of my favorites. I actually have all 4 films. I love watching them. And that was what I judged Superman as. I loved how Christopher Reeve really took the character, was perfect, had a perfect personality for it, and not to sound weird, but he had a awesome body for it. Because when you think Superman, you think this big guy, you know, I am Superman, I've come to save you, citizen, you know, kind of a deal. And I felt that Christopher Reeve really brought that to the movies. And I thought he played Clark Kent really well, too. Because Clark Kent's supposed to be this less than perfect individual. You know, he's supposed to be clumsy. He's supposed to be... Even though in the animated series, he's really not clumsy. But I really liked how Christopher Reeve did Superman. What was the series called when he was... Oh, that's Smallville. That was played by, oh darn, his name's at the tip of my tongue. Let me look this up. Tom Welling. Just thought of it. I didn't have to look it up. Tom Welling was the one who played Clark Kent, and it was his journey from being Clark Kent to being Superman. And it was an awesome thing. This was, I think, before Christopher Reeve passed away, as he was in the show as well. He played as Dr. Swan, I think his name was. Yes, he was in a wheelchair. And I thought it was just an awesome, awesome thing to be there. We had the original Superman, which everyone who watch those movies, the first thing they think of is Christopher Reeve when they think Superman. And they had the new Superman, Tom Welling. And it was just an awesome opportunity for Tom Welling. I'm pretty sure he picked Christopher Reeve's brain on being Superman and the character. And his iteration of Clark, kind of how the characters were, and they played off each other really well, I thought, in the show. And I wish they had more more things like that. Like, I remember having a conversation, I think it was with a friend of mine, and we talked about Smallville, and he's like, well, why don't we have a Batman? Like a Batman in the Smallville field, you know? And they did kind of do that with Gotham, but that was more like the origin stories of Commissioner Gordon and how he became commissioner and how the villains gained their notoriety. I think I mispronounced that word. Oh well. But we did see Bruce Wayne when he was a kid, but we never really saw Bruce Wayne like going off to the Himalayas and becoming a martial arts master, going into the streets and becoming poor and learning his detective skill, honing his detective skills and survival skills. Because most of us already know, I think at that point, who Batman was. And he's a very hard character to do because when he's Bruce Wayne, you know, he's party boy, you know, he's a billionaire, to cover up who, in his mind, who he really is. And who he really is Batman. He even makes a point of saying that to Terry McGinnis. He's like, did you know how Christopher Reeve and... Do you know how Christopher Reeve ended up in a wheelchair? It wasn't his illness. He fell off a horse. Legit story. Yes, he did. I do remember that. It was a long time ago. I think it was horseback riding, and I think he fell off the horse and it trampled him. But yeah, I remember that story. I remember how he got into a wheelchair. Where was I? Batman. So, I think they could have gotten the Bruce Wayne aspect right, but I don't think they could have gotten Batman right. I mean, there's been so many characters who have done Batman. We've had Michael Keaton, who... I thought Michael Keaton, because he doesn't have a dark voice. He doesn't have a grovelly voice like Batman typically does. But what he does have is method. And I thought how he did Batman in that movie was awesome. Because he knew he did not have a voice for it, so he would kind of use his body language and his facial expression. What he had because he was wearing that mask. And that's how he... Val Kilmer... Oh! Let me see, Batman Forever. That was the one with Val Kilmer. Yeah, I thought he was a pretty good Batman too. My sister didn't like him. Hey, Val Kilmer over what was his name? George Clooney over being Batman. George Clooney was the worst Batman ever. I'm sorry if you guys like that. Jack Nicholson was the best Joker ever. I agree. My mother and I both thought that Jack Nicholson was the best Joker ever. But I felt that Heath Ledger did a very good job of being the Joker. And I think that's why we haven't had like another Joker, a real Joker, since then. But in my personal opinion, the best Joker of all time is Mark Hamill. If you guys don't believe me, when you guys get a moment, when you guys get time, go onto YouTube, type in Joker Mark Hamill. Hey, Joe, what's up, buddy? We're just talking about DC, and... Agreed, Mark Hamill is the best Joker. Absolutely. I watched his interview video for that role. Was so entertaining. So he Jack Nicholson has to give well, I don't think that's a bad thing. A lot of actors don't take advantage of previous actors who've played the role, and I thought that was an awesome thing. Even if Jack Nicholson had to school him, or it was Heath Ledger, he said, "Hey, I'm not ready for this role. Can you give me any advice, any pointers?" I don't think that's a fault. I think that's a wise decision. I mean, it'd be like you going into a new job, right? You get hired for a new job, and your boss says, "Okay, here you go." And you're like, "I have no idea how to do this." So you go to a guy who's been there for 20 years. He's like, "Hey, can you show me how to do this?" Like, "Yeah, no problem." And you pick his brain. That's a good thing. Is it true that he became insane because of the role? Two questions here. Apparently Nicholson was quite bitter towards Ledger for taking over being the main Joker, so I heard. I have not heard that. So get back to Domo's question, or Dom's question. From what I understand, the role, he drew on emotions that were very disturbing to him. And he had to constantly be in that mindset, and it was very hard for him to switch back, from what I understand. And it led to him having a hard time in his real life. That's what I remember. Oh, my mouth is dry. This is a good conversation. You guys have really piqued my my DC nerdness. Now the only character in he's a method actor. He's a method actor, or so. So yeah, it's difficult for him to turn to your real self after a while. Yeah, that's just what happened to Heath Ledger. From everything I remember reading about it and watching on the news, that's what happened. Is Heath Ledger couldn't just like flip a coin and like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" You couldn't snap back. Trying to think. So back to our conversation with Smallville. So we're gonna switch from Superman to Green Arrow, because for the longest time I thought the guy who played Green Arrow was awesome, and no one could top him. And I heard. Rest in peace to him. He had a great future ahead of him. Yeah. Taking it before his time. Because I thought the actor in Smallville, who played the Green Arrow, really brought Green Arrow to life, because Green Arrow has always had that, those one-liners, those sarcasm kind of one-liners to him. But in the animated series of the Justice League, the times we actually do see with them, he never trusted the Justice League, just like Batman. He always felt like if you lived above the world, that sometimes you'll end up growing blinders on. And he didn't 100% want that. But he still was a member of the Justice League. But Stephen Amell just took the role, man, and he made it his own. I loved how he took the role of Green Arrow and just made it his own. He was able to just live in the role. And now the hardest thing for me is I actually have stopped watching, and it's not because of the shows uninteresting like Flash, Green Arrow, or Arrow, DC Legends. I love those shows, but I didn't like Supergirl. It's yeah. I actually haven't watched any of the new seasons. I'm kind of scared too because they've been pushing Supergirl into these series that are doing extremely well, and from my understanding, Supergirl's not doing that well. It's not because of the actress. I think the actress does try her hardest, but I think the issues I have for it are, I guess you could say, small gripes, but like for instance, her heat beams, the heat vision, is blue when it's typically supposed to be red. Okay, I can let go of that, but I feel the character isn't popular. I have to agree with that. I don't think the character is popular, and it's not because, like I said, it's not because the actress or the fact that she's a girl. I know this is a Marvel, but did anyone try the Blade series? Actually, I do have all the Wesley Snipes movies with Blade. I didn't really like the show. And I think the reason I didn't like the show is I think they chose the wrong actor. The actor just didn't do it for me. And maybe their presentation on the TV show that got me. It's just kind of like, you know what? There's another show I'll watch better other than this. Thank you though. I loved Blade 1 and 2. I hated the third one. The show wasn't my cup of coffee. And Blade 2 was the best. The third was stupid. I thoroughly liked all three of them. I do agree the first two were the best, and the third one did have a few plot points that was kind of but I thought it was really nice. I did thoroughly enjoy the movie. I especially liked it with Ryan Reynolds in it. I thought he brought some interesting commentary, especially his banter when he's held hostage by the vampires. But I think that the problem with that movie, I think they were just getting tired. It was a tired franchise. I think they were just ready to be done with it. Where else were we? I gotta start moving my character. I gotta move my character for content. Even though this is great content, guys. It stood out for being darker and grittier than the third. One made it so typical Hollywood sold out. Haha. The third can't act, and Ryan Reynolds says we were going with Care Bears, LOL. Like I said, he brought some really triple the wrestle. I thought Ryan Reynolds really did a great job on that movie, and like I said, it's a mixed bag because there's good and bad in that movie, but I still enjoyed it. I think the one thing that really hurt for me is like Wessler dies. And I thought the way he died was like completely unceremonial. Like I would have preferred like him going down in a blaze of glory. Like technically he goes down in a blaze, but more like he's like he may be old, But did I know there's 2 endings to that movie? Yes, I do. I have the special edition, so yes, it was in there. Okay, that's communications. Maximum security. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get to the evidence room. Okay, there we are. I was actually standing right in front of it. But also, I think the guy they chose to play Dracula was actually pretty good too. Like Dracula was like unamused, like he didn't care one way or the other. Like he just wanted to go back to sleep. Did you know there was an alternate? There were 2 endings to that movie. I know the original Blade had an alternate negative ending, which was god awful. Actually, I did not know. So let's go ahead and do this. And
this ain't the original Scarface.
okay, so we were originally talking about video games, like another Batman. My personal take on it many years ago was I thought we should have either a Flash or a Green Arrow. And the reason I said that is because at the time, Flash was very popular. And I think it's still popular. And Green Arrow, I think people are getting tired of it. And to me, the biggest problem with the Green Arrow franchise is the fact they keep on putting Supergirl in. It's a mixed bag. Like, in DC Legends, one of my favorite... Superman needs a game. I agree. I'll get to that point in just a second. I'll get to that one in a second too, Joe. Hang on. So, in DC Legends, there was like... DC... where was I saying? You guys are getting me distracted with Spawn! DC Legends. I didn't like how they constantly jumped with Supergirl and, you know, Earth X and I didn't like it. Because one of my favorite characters in the show... I'm not going to say anything. Something happens to him in case you guys didn't watch the episode. But something happens to him and it feels artificial. It's like, oh, so this happened. And he was such an integral part of DC Legends, and it was like, why did you guys do it this way? It makes him feel cheap. Now that I said that, I do agree with the Superman video game, but you have to do... I think the problem they have with Superman is they have to do balancing for game. I don't give spoilers out on this channel. But I think it's balancing. Like the first game I played with Batman or Superman, sorry, is that your flight mechanics was your power bar. So anytime you wanted to fly like Superman, well, you can't do that because by the time you just try to take off, your power bar goes off, and it was just egregious. It was weird. So only thing you did was like run around for everywhere, and it was like, and you could even go super speed. That was another thing that was tied to your power bar. You couldn't go super speed. So anytime there was a civilian that needed help, you're like jogging all the way there, and you fail. I'm like, great, thanks. The other one was Superman Returns, and I never played it. And there's a perfectly good reason why I did not play it. Because I did not like the movie. And as I was trying to, like I was saying, the movie made no sense. Superman knew that Krypton exploded, and he did visit it once, I think. In the animated series, but I don't know if he actually ever returned to Krypton in the comics. As I said, it's been a long time since I read the comics. But I didn't like that. How he just took off when it seemed like the city needed him. He just took off, parts unknown. And then, you know, he leaves Lois with his I'm not spoiling anything. You know what? It's a parable movie. Don't watch it. I don't mind spoiling it here. Which he has his kid in the movie, and he leaves his kid. The real Clark Kent wouldn't do that. Superman wouldn't do that. And the movie just didn't make sense. And Kevin Spangler, I think his name was Kevin Spacey, was the wrong actor for it. I didn't like him as Lex Luthor. Like, oh, what was his name? He did a much better job as Lex Luthor. The guy who was on the original Christopher Reeve movies, who played Lex Luthor, I can't remember his name right now. Alright, Spawn. Yes, I did play Spawn. There actually was a Spawn video game for the PlayStation 2. And the game was actually good. I actually liked it. It was really fun. It's not like your exploration. It's very linear. Like, you don't really explore the levels like you do nowadays. It's very, okay, clear stage 1, move on. Clear stage 2, move on. Clear stage 4. And that was just a limitation of the times, I feel. But it still was a very solid game. I liked it. I still have it somewhere. But as for a Spawn movie, the character would have to be really good. I mean, you have to pull off the character before he became Spawn, General of Hell's Army. And then you would have to kind of have like a Batman persona for when he goes back to Earth after 10 years, I think. It was 10, 20 years. See, that's the thing, is a lot of people, I've read comments on one of my favorite movies was Shaquille O'Neal, which was, I believe it was called Steel. And there are people, every comment I read is like, oh man, this movie sucks. This movie is so cheap. This movie's this. This movie's that. And it was never positive. This was my childhood. I loved this movie. I thought it was awesome. I thought the music was good. I thought the Shaquille O'Neal really brought out Steel. And really brought out more of the character because, you know, the one thing about Steel is that he always was there for his family, and he had his grandma who was trying to become a 5-star chef and open up a restaurant. He had his cousin, even though in the animated series it's a niece, but in this one it's his cousin. And I just thought it was really good. If you ever find it, it's a really good movie. I don't know if it's on DVD, but I know it's definitely on VHS because I have it on VHS. And yes, I still have VHS's. Shocker. I haven't converted. A
selection of body parts belonging to Warren White, a.k.a. the Great White Shark. White got himself sent to Arkham on an insanity plea. He lost a few things other than his mind while there. Made the new look work, though, I gotta say.
I don't know why the best... Yeah, I'm sorry, Shad. I don't know why my chat decided to not show your comment, because there was nothing wrong with it. Not compared to yesterday. Oh, I had a viewer in here. Ugh. Very rude guy. And thank you, Joe. I do try to come up with conversations. It's just, I really just focus on making fun of the game I'm playing. Like, oh man, I had such a great time on Halo. I made so much fun of that game. I mean, if Master Chief was sitting before me, I'd probably get my block knocked off.
No one knows where they're keeping him. I guess the government don't like anarchists too much.
I still have loads of tape and a VHS. Don't use it though. By the way, Wookie, my dad gives me Superman and Batman comics of the 70s. They're in the loft in plastic. Awesome, bud. I actually have a few comics in plastic. I have to go get plastic for the rest of them. I mean, I found them and I'm like, oh, cool. They're all in perfect condition. Uh-oh. No plastic. I have to go get plastic. I'm actually going to put them all. So when I move out, I'm actually going to be doing a lot of different things. Like, you guys see my memorabilia wall behind me. There's going to be, like, saturations of comic books just going down the wall. And, like, glass cases. Eventually. It'll probably be slow going. You'll probably see only a few of them go up on the wall, but I love VHSs. I miss the days going to Blockbuster and getting a VHS from the limited selection in stores. It was special back then. 12 of Superman and 17 Batman comics. I don't have. It's all a mixed bag. Like, I have, like, Batman, Superman, Punisher, Spider-Man, a whole bunch of stuff in that box. And I need to go get protective casings for them. But yeah, our Blockbuster closed down many years ago. Just because no one really went to the movies anymore. But I still see people renting movies. Like, I go to Redbox and I see people renting movies, but I guess Redbox was more popular. Oh, gotta move on to the next one.
One Tommy gun. Used by Peyton Riley.
But I think they closed.
Well, maybe the gun belongs to the puppet.
Yeah, our Blockbuster closed down ages ago. Yeah, I think they just shut down globally. But it was like, the one though by us, it was really funny. So we're going to Blockbuster one day, right? I was gonna rent a video game, and my mother was gonna rent a movie, and we look right next door is a liquor store. No, we didn't go in, but I bring it up because it's funny. And we notice this guy has this big hole in his front of this store. And we're trying to figure out what happened. So we did go in, but we asked him, like, what happened? Did you have a disgruntled customer or something? And he's like, no, I was driving the truck and I backed it into my store. So he backed this whole, kind of like one of those smaller delivery trucks. And he backed it right into his store. And I mean, I just thought it was the funniest darn thing, because you must have been drinking a little bit too much of his supply. People just watch movies online now, and on pirate. On pirate.g channels. Yeah, I would agree with that, but I really watch everything on Netflix or excuse me, or I buy them on my Xbox. But some of the movies they don't like. Some of the movies I really want to watch, they don't have. Moving down the line.
Talia.
Oof. But if we can't have a Green Arrow movie, video game, I'd love to have a Flash game. And no, I don't want Barry Allen, even though Barry Allen is current Flash. I want my Wally West. Wally West was my Flash. Like you had Barry Allen, you had God, what was the guy's name? The original Flash was the guy with the metal helmet. Jay Garrett. So we had Jay Garrett, we had Barry Allen, then Wally West. Wally West was the one I always watched. And he always cracked me up. He always had a one-liner, like making a mess of the Justice League when he's eating pizza or some kind of dessert and he was making a big mess. I always laughed at that. I liked the connection between Wally West and Barry Allen, how Wally West got his powers the same way while visiting his uncle at work. And the new Wally West, I don't like him. It has nothing to do with the actor. It's the material he's given and how they wrote the character. Because when I think Wally West, I think funny. I see the new Wally West, and I don't see that. And blunt terms, he's a whiner.
One laughing gas grenade, one snare trap, and one baseball bat. All used by Dr. Harleen Quinzel, a.k.a.
Jay Garrett plays as the Flash, but in a different universe. Actually, there was two Jay Garricks in that movie. First one was actually not really Jay Garrick. It was Hunter, Solomon Hunter, I think his name was. Hunter Solomon. And he's, I think, in the movie, or in the comic books, he's... The Flash franchise gets really confusing. He is Professor Zoom, I think. And... No. I don't remember. You should watch them, Wookiee. The series of The Flash, season 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I did watch them, but it was just a long time ago. I usually try not to watch them so fast. After I've watched them, the new season, I try not to watch them for at least a year or so. Because I want to be surprised. Like, I don't want, oh, I know what's going on. And I have to act surprised. And I'll get to them. Alright, we got Harley Quinn. I don't think we did anything over here.
One stuffed bear in a canister of Titan. Owned by Bane, a.k.a. Unknown.
But yeah, I would definitely be up for a Flash. If they did the original Wally West or Barry Allen in the show, I'd be totally down for a Flash video game. I would be up for a Green Lantern. I'd definitely be up for a Green Lantern video game. Is the Joker movie good? Never seen it. Looks boring, though. To be honest. Are you talking about Last Joke? Because that actually is a pretty good movie.
One vial of Titan formula. One set of wind-up explosive false teeth. One pair of actual X-ray specs.
Unless you're talking about Suicide Squad, and I thought that movie sucked.
And 5 real bullets. All used by the Joker. No known alias. It's one hell of a toy box. I'm glad no one's gonna play with it again.
Until you start playing with it Cash.
One custom tailored top hat, worn by Jervis Tetch, aka the Mad Hatter. The guy's mad, all right. He tried to brainwash Batman in Arkham City. He got the Wonderland kicked out of him instead. I hated letting him go. This guy's too creepy to stay free.
Yeah, why did we let all these criminals loose?
One electric charge gun used by Batman, aka... We don't like to ask. Batman dropped this
Good policy.
the rest of the Arkham City evidence. Nice to have some of
did it
Batman's
again.
evidence room. Hope he doesn't ask for it back.
Is that how you became Joker? Ah, I see where it got you. I'll still let it go. Because I know what you're talking about, and I know you don't mean anything mean by it. Is that how he becomes Joker? It's the dude out of Gladiator who was a pussy and killed his own dad. The Joker never had a backstory, I should put it that way. I know who you're talking about. I think he played in. I think you're thinking the new Superman, the Man of Steel guy. If this is no idea. I just know the last Joker movie I actually watched was The Last Joke, and that was really good. Another Batman movie I think was an animated movie was Batman as like a samurai or a ninja. You know, we've been talking about DC a lot, so I have a question for you guys. Have you guys watched the movie Batman v Superman? Or Superman v Batman?
One pair of shock gloves, worn by the electrocutioner, aka...
Trash, I agree. Now, seeing as how, well, so, I feel like I'm the only one that agrees with myself on this, that the guy they've got to play Lex Luthor would have made a good Joker. And they used him as Lex Luthor. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that the Lex Luthor they got could have probably made a good Joker? Let me know your guys' opinions.
One rifle and 2 wrist-mounted guns used by Floyd Lawton, aka Deadshot. Another guy we had to let.
Because whenever I see him in the movie, I think Joker.
Still, that doesn't mean he got his toys back.
Ben Affleck is a shit Batman. He should have stuck to being with Daredevil. I agree. Thank you. I was starting to feel like I was crazy. Actually, I thought Ben Affleck did a decent job playing Batman, but I think where the character Batman and Batman v Superman is that there was no build up to Batman. Because if you think about Superman, he had his own movie. He had Man of Steel. They should have done at least one movie with Ben Affleck to get the, build him up a little bit. I didn't even know he played in Twilight. I didn't really watch Twilight. I think he could have pulled off this Batman role. Wait, is Robert Pearson the guy who played Lex? I don't even think it's a ripoff of Underworld, to be honest, dude. I think it's a vampire movie meant for... No, he was going to be the new Batman. Okay. I haven't kept up with the movie media. I don't even think Twilight even has a candle to to Underworld. I think it was just a them like, oh, vampires have diamonds for skin. They glow in the dark or sunlight. They don't burst into flames. And there's a weird romance that they like humans, and they live to protect them, and they resist the urge to bite you. And they don't have fangs either. They just cramp down and... The only thing because I saw it, I have not watched Twilight. I'm putting it out there now. But the movie Twilight was advertised almost 5-6 times a day. And I saw the guy transform into a werewolf. I thought that was pretty cool. Yes, I actually have Priest somewhere in my room. And yes, I do like that. I wish they would have done a sequel. Because it reminded me so much of a video game I loved playing. It was a PS2 game. Ugh. It was a PS2 game called Dark Watch. And I loved it. I absolutely loved that movie. And that video game. And if you guys haven't played it, I'll give you guys a brief rundown of it. So, in the movie, you were a character called Jericho Cross. You are a railroad robber. Yeah, his enemy best friend played in Doom, the movie, even though Doom was trash. Again, mixed bag, but I enjoyed it. Because the guy who played technically Doom guy never really wore the armor of Doom guy. Actually, Doom guy didn't really start really wearing armor until like the newer iteration. Oof. Jeez, I don't think I've talked this much in a long time.
Two ceremonial swords. We found these at the bottom of Wonder Tower the night of Protocol 10. They were covered in blood.
Back to Priest. Kurt Urban. Doom guy, haha. He was Judge Dredd. I hated the new Judge Dredd. I'll say that right there. I hated the new Judge Dredd. Because they took like one of Sylvester Stallone's lines, and it was just like he was ordering a pizza. He's like, "Stop in the name of the law. I am the law." Yeah, it's the same thing when he said that. Rapid fire. You could feel the emotion when Sylvester Stallone did. Like, these guys just killed a rookie judge, and he goes, rapid fire. You could feel the emotion in his voice when he was playing that role. And I thought he had the perfect... Sylvester Stallone is gifted as a gifted man. You know, he has the perfect jawline, the perfect face for Rocky, Rambo, and Judge Dredd. If you look at the comics, like Judge Dredd is like this big face, divot chin individual. It was not as bad as RoboCop's remake. I would agree. I would agree with that to a point. RoboCop, I thought was absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. The guy who originally did... Well, he did for 2 movies, and the third one they changed the actor. I don't know why. The guy was an awesome guy, RoboCop. Sylvester Stallone should have remade the first one and up to date Judge Dredd movie. I don't know how that would work. I mean, Judge Dredd is supposed to be someone in his like 20s to 30s, and at the time of that movie, I think Sylvester Stallone was getting old, too old for the role. So I don't know how that. Let me put it this way. And people call me crazy for saying this. Even though I do have questionable sanity. I agree, Joe. FKN, absolutely garbage. I brought loads of alcohol to watch RoboCop, but he's still doing Rambos. Well, Rambo actually, his age goes from, you know, being a 30-year-old to, you know, much older individual, and they do it very well in the movies. Like, Rambo is actually living in this village. He's, you know, he's a kind of like a ferryman. He also does fighting for extra cash, and essentially retired. And these, best way I can describe them is goobers. Ask him to take him down the way. That I do know. What was I talking about? RoboCop, Rambo. Okay, so yeah, age. So like I said, Sylvester Stallone is getting an age, and yes, Rambo technically, but they aged the character very well. I feel in Rambo, like if you watch his original movies of Rambo, he's very young. He's like in his 20s in that movie, and then gradually, you know, after I think the third one, they left it alone, and they came back to it. Like they rebooted it. But it was kind of like a sequel to the last movie. And he's already very old. I wouldn't say old, but he's older and kind of trying to retire. Kind of like what he tried to do in the third movie. And in this one, you know, I'm pretty sure they're going to age him very well. But getting to the point with Judge Dredd. They never got a chance to age that character with sequels. What is the movie called with Jet Li? And Arnold, etc. I can't believe I forgot. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Expendables? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Never actually got a chance to watch it. But back to what I was saying, people call me crazy for saying this, but think about Arnold Schwarzenegger for a second here. Now, when he was like 20 years old, I want to say 20, he played Terminator. He never stopped playing that role. He was Terminator, Terminator 2, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, and I think they've kept him up on that role. But the thing is that Terminator really never loses his... there's that one scene where he's butt naked. But aside from that, I really hope they don't do any more movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Terminator movies, please don't. Because my next point is valid. So, they were talking about redoing Conan. Now, the new remake, the remake of Conan was done by Jason Momoa, and he's awesome in that role. The only gripe I had was like two things. One, the villain was creepy. Two, the swords felt like they were swinging around Nerf toys. That's my only complaint. I thought Jason Momoa did an awesome, awesome job with that. I never knew that he was played Hercules. But anyway, they I guess the Conan fans felt that Jason Momoa didn't do a good enough job. I thought he did a great job, especially when he had so much experience being a. I want to say. Yeah, because the first time I ever saw Jason Momoa, yes, technically I did look him up. He did play in Baywatch, but I never saw that show, so I'm glad I didn't, because I think I'd probably be scarred. But he played in Stargate Atlantis, and that's where I saw him play the role, and he was awesome. Because the character Ronan Dex is supposed to be like this drifter, yet hard as nails character, and he is that. He's kind of like a miniature barbarian in most cases, and he's absolutely fantastic in that movie, and that's how he got his role. I feel in Game of Thrones through that, and Conan. He did a great job. And I just can't believe Conan fans are saying he did a horrible job. I'm like, no, he did a great job. Like I said, I only had 2 complaints with the movie. So they wanted to redo it. I haven't heard any new news about this. I hope this does not ever come to fruition, because it will never sell. You'll have people go in there, sure. But can you imagine... I think Arnold Schwarzenegger is approaching maybe 60 years old right now. Not many remakes I really enjoy. Not really enjoy Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Was pretty awesome, but it gets a bad rap. Yeah. I actually never watched it, but yeah. So they want Arnold Schwarzenegger back as Conan the Barbarian. I'm not joking. Now, try to think of the traditional Conan theme. Shirtless. Wearing a lion cloth diaper. Arnie is 71 years old. That makes it even worse. 71-year-old guy running around in a lion cloth diaper. Shirtless. Picture that for a second. And look at some of the Terminator scenes in the movies when he's getting much older. And try to picture that for a second. I lost my lunch when I thought about it. When I first heard about it, I actually gagged. He is way... With that description, I think we should get get the lady who played Wonder Woman to play Conan. All I vote is yes. They already made Conan 6 months ago, called King Conan. He is sitting on in a massive king's throne, and he with great hair and beard. Didn't you guys know? No, I didn't want to know. I did not want to know that they made a movie. I hope he's fully clothed. I mean, not just fully clothed, like actually like a puffy winter jacket. Because I do not want to see a 71-year-old Conan shirtless and in a lion cloth diaper. Okay, so I think we visited this. It's in production. Oh gosh. Oh my. Dude, I hope no one... I really do hope no one goes into the theater for that. I mean...
Hi, diddle, detective. I see you've begun pitting that mediocre mind of yours against my riddles. I had plenty of time to conceive them, Batman. When you left me battered and demeaned in Arkham City.
No. I can't think about it. I cannot think about it. I'm actually getting sick just thinking about it.
They'll be very important later.
I'll have to see it to believe it.
Screw you. Damn bureaucrats. We're on our own.
We can handle it, Jim. What's the latest?
We've got incidents cropping up all over the city. Cash, give us a rundown.
All right, let's see.
And cinema was...
First up, we've lost contact with the fire crew from Station 17. We've got their last known coordinates, but they're not going to survive out there on their own for long. Then there's this. It's a strange one. Body turned up. We didn't have long to look before the evacuation, but the forensics boys seemed freaked out.
Man, YouTube is really going after you guys. Anytime you guys, like every so often, you guys are getting blocked.
Look, I know you're busy, but anything you can do to help is going to save lives.
Don't worry, Jim.
The last movie I seen in cinema was the latest Godzilla. I enjoyed it.
I've got a skeleton crew.
It's exactly what fans wanted from
join him when I'm done here. We're gonna
kind of movie. You know, I actually was at Walmart, I think it was a few months ago. I actually haven't sat down to watch it yet because it was on sale for $5. So I'm like, for $5, sure. I watched the animated version of this. Sure, why not? So, I personally, this is me personally, people... Alright, so there was a YouTube video about this, critiquing the yell of Godzilla.
This ain't the time to be a hero.
Anyways, fatherhood calls in the morning. Girlfriend's at work in the morning. I have two kids off to naughty land. Get talking, lads. Great talking, lads. Have a epic stream. See ya, guys. Good night. All right, Dom. Thank you for stopping by, bud.
Tell him to get his ass back here now. That's an order.
I always say, man, family comes first. Family is the most important thing. So I 100% understand. And thank you again for coming by. You get, like I always say, guys, you guys are amazing.
I wouldn't put you out there if I didn't think you could handle it.
So anyway, we're talking about the Godzilla, the Godzilla stream. So I was watching this YouTube, and the guy was debating, and he says, "This sounds like a rooster in heat." The one from the, I think it was year 2000.
He's going to look into it for us.
I love to like Wookiee. See ya, Joe. Okay. Enjoy the conversation. Well, thank you, Dom. I appreciate it, bud. And they said the one, the newer one is the one that had the most views. Or not the most views, but that was more traditional, more beast sounding. Now, the only thing I found wrong with that video is I'm picturing this guy at a farm, right? And he's listening to a rooster, I guess, in heat. Did he not have anything better to do that day? Like, I gotta validate my point, so I gotta go to every farm and find a rooster. I'm like, I personally liked the Godzilla from I think it was 2001. I personally liked it. I thought I really felt it was a Godzilla, and I love watching the animated series.
I need you to step up. I know what I'm asking, but I wouldn't put you out there if I didn't think you could handle it.
Listening to roosters in heat is quite the noble hobby, Wookiee. I do it 3 to 4 times a year. I have no comment on that one, Joe. I have nothing I can contribute to that.
I'll find that missing fire crew.
Yep, poor bastard. He ain't gonna be able to live with himself when he finds out what he did in that diner.
He's gonna lose. Hey, Batman! I guess Scarecrow gave you the slip.
Yeah, that was stands plus a full stop comment. Yeah, I agree. Oh man, we had such a conversation with DC. What can we talk about next? Wait, we went from DC all the way down to Conan. So I'm trying to think of what else we can talk about.
Batman, just want to say it's good to have you on board.
This thing's had a serious upgrade. Air support saw it turn into some.
Hey, can you guys just like get away from my Batmobile, please?
Don't get too close. He's here. Back up.
You guys got greasy hands. I don't need you guys scuffing up the finish.
Good evening, Mr. Wayne. I hope the car's performing to your high expectations.
Actually, Lucius, she's a little sluggish.
I had a feeling you'd say something like that. Give me a few moments, and I'll bring the afterburner function online.
A lot of people don't like the Batmobile sections on this, but I love them. I do like them. I do like the Batmobile. I do like it. At first, when I first played it, it was really a challenge. And when you get this thing up to higher difficulties, oh my lord, it is challenging. Like, you only deal with a handful of tanks. Multiply that by like 10-20%. You have a crap ton of those tanks you have to deal with. It is insane. And
You are under my protection. To the cowards quaking behind the police department's walls, you will not be spared. And to Batman, I have already won. Emptied your city with a vial of toxin and a few threatening words. That's how little the...
oh, good question. So, it was a free-to-play game on the 360, I think. And it was just really repetitive to me, like, okay, go here, do this, go here, do that, go here, do that. And it just really got boring, tedious, and at the time I had other games that I could play that were more interesting, and I didn't really like the whole story. You know, how, oh, I'm an undercover cop, yet I'm now thinking about becoming a corrupted cop, you know, being a drug dealer and all that, and I just didn't like it. I really felt that they were like trying too hard to make it like Grand Theft Auto.
I'll get a GCPD officer to pick you up.
When Grand Theft Auto was a much better game in that kind of genre. That's why. Did it block you again, Joe? No. Okay. More interesting sitting than GTA in my opinion. Plus I loved it. It was interesting sitting than GTA, in my opinion. Plus, I loved the martial arts. Yeah, but there's other. See, I guess the game just wasn't my cup of tea. But just to be at the core of it, it was just not my cup of tea. But there were so many other cool martial art games out there that I loved playing. Like, for instance, Jet Li... God, what was the name of it? It was a PS2 game. Running a blank. I think it was called Hero, maybe? Jet Li's Hero? I'm trying to think. I have to go through my collection and look, but there were other cool martial arts games that I liked. Me and were talking about that Jet Li game yesterday. Never played it. I got up to the last part. Oh man, the last part the boss got so cheesy. Rise to Honor, yes, that's the game. Oh, it got so cheesy. Thank you so much, Joe. And I remember the final boss fight is he basically creates a giant gas chamber. You have to constantly fight knock down the boss and get his gas mask, get yourself some oxygen, hold your breath, and yeah, it's like almost on a timer. You have to constantly hit him and get his gas mask and rinse and redo. It took me a while to beat him, but it was a really good game. I thought it was more. Wow, it got some great reviews. Yeah, it's a really good game. It has a really good story to it. I'd rather play that game than play Sleeping Dogs. Although I would have to say the combat may be a little bit too, at some points, a little bit too simplified. Oh, that is just creepy.
I ain't afraid of Scarecrow. If he was really scary, he wouldn't need fear gas, right?
I've never killed me a fuck. It's Batman!
Yep, it is me. Batman in underwear. Yeah, but like I said, it's still a good game in my opinion. It's still a good, competent story. But I think the combat was a limitation of the console at the time, which was PS2, I believe. And the PS2, even though the PS2 was great at the time, it still had its limitations. And that's where I think the combat really suffered a little bit. It was actually kind of funny seeing Jet Li like with fists like this. Like that was the animation. It was just like this big oval with like little lines on it. It was just kind of funny.
Help me, please!
Messing with you was a Wookiee mistake. I didn't know you were messing with me.
Thank you. I thought I was dead for sure. Those animals.
Think. What do you remember about the attack?
The chief had us heading back into the
No,
city.
I meant the bad guys on Batman. Oh yeah. Yeah, Batman kicks butt.
Fireball or something slammed into us. I must have blacked out. Next thing I know, one of these psychos is stubbing a cigarette out on me. Have you found the others? What about the chief?
I'm still looking. Wait here. I'll arrange for you to be taken to safety.
No, that's not what I wanted. Okay.
Someone killed, mutilated, and posed a body on Merchant Bridge. If I'm going to stop them, then I need to investigate the crime scene for clues.
Harley ain't taking down Batman, not in a million years.
You know, I may be running in this game.
Maybe she found
Back to DC. Batman and Robin are the worst comic book movies If you're talking about the Batman and Robin with George Clooney, abso-freaking-lutely. That George Clooney is like the worst Batman of all time. You cannot BS me. George Clooney was... No. He was the worst Batman, hands down. Although I thought Chris O'Donnell actually did a pretty good job. Well, Superman doesn't need to work with partners, man. He's a powerhouse. Well, unless you get yourself some kryptonite. Which brings me to another point. So I was reading a post by someone once. I don't know if it was on Reddit or YouTube, but this guy said, I don't like Superman because he has all these powers and I feel like he's just too powerful. Well, I respect your opinion. I respect your opinion, but here's my opinion. He's supposed to be. He's called Superman. And it's not like he's without weakness. He has there's kryptonite. And bad guys get it pretty readily. Also, the Red Sun. Actually, in this episode of Batman, or Superman the Animated Series, they actually turned a room into the Red Sun. So he loses all of his power. Well, well, Goku doesn't really have any weaknesses. Okay, Goku is from the planet Vegeta. He's a Saiyan. Even though I thought the planet should have been called Seiya. I've always thought that, you know, Saiya. Makes sense. Why call a planet called Vegeta? And I always felt that the kings, like Prince Vegeta and King Vegeta, are named after their planet. And it was like, how do you guys tell the difference in the conversation? My lord, Vegeta is under attack. My son? No, sir. The planet. Oh. We'll take care of it. Well, yeah. I didn't know you were talking about Dragon Ball. Yeah, technically, well, I think it was not until much later. He could have kept the tail. You know that, right? He could have kept the tail. He made his tail stronger, because if you look at all the other Saiyans, their tails weren't weak. Like, you actually see like Yamcha or someone grab one of their tails. They actually fling them across the field. The reason Goku got rid of his tail was because he wanted to be more human. He was raised human. That's the reason why he got rid of it. It was not because it was a weakness anymore. He strengthened it. I prefer the original Dragon Ball over Z personally. Z, it was cool, but I don't have the adventures vibes of the original. Connor, welcome to the stream, bud. And no, bud, I don't have a Instagram. Okay, let's do some detective work here. Oh, that just can't be right. That just ain't right.
Blood tests reveal the cause of death was an overdose of pain.
I like all
to
the. Be honest with you, I like all the Dragon Balls. I like Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT. I just don't like Dragon Ball Super.
It's as though the subject's DNA
I just don't.
been corrupted somehow. There's insufficient information for me to.
I've seen some of the episodes, and it's like.
I'll have to use the deep tissue scanner to analyze the body for distinguishing features and determine the victim's identity.
Right you are, sir.
Like the only villain there's only two villains really in that show that I actually thought was interesting was, God, what was his name? He was a Kai, but he was a Kai gone wrong, and then there was like the evil version of Goku.
Deformity on the left ear. Looks like a result of minor ear agenesis, a birth defect.
So have you been a virtual Spider-Man lately? And now how is virtual Batman? Oh, which game do I enjoy most? Superman or Batman? I like both of them. Like, I wish there are certain elements to Spider-Man I wish they would incorporate in Batman, and certain elements from Batman I wish they would incorporate in Spider-Man. Like, the sense of risk there's a sense of risk sometimes in. Do you watch Supergirl on Netflix? No, I don't watch Supergirl. Connor, I don't watch Supergirl.
A wedding ring in the lower intestine.
The
inscription reads Ophelia.
Like, I actually felt like I was doing some good in Spider-Man. Like, rescuing civilians. Where I kind of wish there was that little bit of risk in Batman where there were civilians you had to save. But also, I didn't like the fact there was no sense of real progression. Like, I wish there was like Spider-Man had a trophy case in a way, where he there's like Vulture's broken wing, like he puts that on display, or Rhino's broken horn, or stuff like that, where it really shows progression. Like, you took stuff from the crime scene and you put it in your case as a trophy. And I kind of like that, where in Batman, when you solve a crime or you take down one of these big baddies, you actually see them inside jail. You see one of their gizmos inside the evidence case.
The victim had a hip replacement. Scar tissue hasn't fully healed, so it must have been recent. The victim's name is Anthony Lund. Hospital records show he suffered with alcoholism, most probably brought on by the breakdown of his marriage. The name on the ring, Ophelia, his ex-wife. He was last seen in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I don't know
What's unusual is that they didn't go missing in Gotham. They were brought here and killed. Why?
I didn't know that Livewire's real name was Leslie Wiles.
What's your Instagram? Connor, I don't, like I said, bud, I don't have an Instagram, bud. I know it's like a sensation. I just never got into it. And personally, I don't even think I would actually really use it that much.
But Penguin hates Two-Face, man. He used to round up Harvey's guys and make them play umbrella stand. What's that? They had to stand perfectly still, right? With Penguin's umbrella hanging out of their mouth. And if they dropped the umbrella, he'd use it to beat them to death.
Well, that sounds cheerful. But where were we? We were talking about Superman and Batman. Oh, there's a Lex Luthor sign. Let me think here. What's in Spider-Man that Batman there could have incorporated in Batman? Costumes. So I really liked how the costumes in Spider-Man were all unlocked. Like you could get them all in game. You didn't have to spend microtransactions to get a cool costume. In this one, you have to spend like $2 for the costume. You have to spend $1. And it's, I mean, granted, they're not egregious in the price, but still, it's the fact that I can play Spider-Man and unlock all my costumes, where in Batman, I have to pay for them. I'd rather earn them versus pay for them. You're welcome to try. Out of principle, I will not pay for extra cosmetic content. It's pure greed, so yeah, even a penny is a no sale for me. They should be included in the game. Exactly. No, I know there's one over here somewhere.
The killer is mutilating and posing his victims and then putting them on display.
He left opera music playing at the crime scene. He wants them to be found.
Totally shifting topic, but in regards to underrated games, did you ever play Predator game on PS2? I loved it. I did play Predator, but it wasn't on PS2. It was on Xbox. And yes, I actually did love that game. I loved how they paid homage to the movies.
Alright guys, it's party time. There won't be a Gotham left for Scarecrow.
The electric lady with gray and where's blue? I have no idea who you're talking about, Connor. The electric lady that wear electric lady with gray and wears blue.
This is more like it. Gotham went to sleep after Joker died.
Electric lady with gray and wears blue. I'm really thinking about it, dude. I do not remember. Because I know in Spider-Man there is Shocker and Electro. Both are male. In Spider-Man and Batman, I don't remember. I know there was a girl in Superman that was that had electrical powers. Her name was Livewire. And she was a show host, a radio show host, that bashed Superman constantly. And she got exposed to, like, lightning during a concert, and she became the villain Livewire. I don't, and if it's a villain in Predator, I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've played that game.
Hey, I can't wait till Scarecrow
Trivia.
Life was starting to get real boring around here.
Is this mark here is... Oh! Asamaru Tower. You know, I'm gonna go for it and say it's Chinese. Because Atsumaru, wait, no. Japanese, maybe? Atsumaru Tower. Sounds Japanese, actually. Joe, I do know you speak Japanese. Dom sold you out last night. No, it wasn't last night. It was Friday? Yeah, I think it was Friday. He's like, talk to Joe. He knows Japanese, because we had a viewer come in here, and he was speaking Portuguese. I didn't know how to speak Portuguese, and Don was the one translated everything for him, and I was eternally grateful to him for that.
Batman will take care of Scarecrow, and I'll take care of everybody's stuff.
Ah, there it is, I think.
Scarecrow pulling this on Halloween. Guess he's got a sense of humor after all.
Yeah, Dom's a cool guy. He always shows support. I know, I've seen him a lot in your streams. Alright, there should be a victim here somewhere.
I don't know. It get kind of too quiet for my tastes.
There's got to be someone left in Gotham worth robbing. Or, you know, at least beating.
Alright, I know there's a victim around here somewhere. Because I was playing this yesterday and they said there's a body, victim, over in Ace Chemical. Over by Ace Chemical. So I'm trying to remember that from yesterday. That leads to Ace Chemical Plant. I just called the Batmobile. Why can't you guys just say Batmobile? It's not hard to say. See, even I can say it. Batmobile. You just take Bat and then Mobile. It's easy.
Don't forget, we gotta go see Penguin later. He's got something special planned.
Well, it didn't say it was at Ace Chemical. She said it was near Ace Chemical on the roof. Connor, I already told you, but I don't have an Instagram. I would love to see Terminator open world game set in the 80s where you are a predator to another imported figure from the future. That sounds like an interesting idea.
Where's Harley anyway? She just vanished and Gotham City shut down.
You know, I wonder who would win in a fight like that. What do you guys think? Do you think Predator would win in that fight, or do you think Terminator would? I mean, Terminator has a full body, is a full metal machine, while Predator is organic. But then again, the Predator has, in my personal opinion, a more devastating weapon. Not to mention, they're martial arts masters.
Did you see the look on that cop's face when he turned the corner and saw us? I think he ran all the way back to GCPD.
Could have sworn it's around here somewhere. I think Predator would win personally. Terminator has one goal, and it is programmed for it. Predators are hunters on every in every regard. Yeah.
You gotta hand it to Scarecrow. He's given us the keys to the whole city. Penguin's parents were Gotham royalty.
If you were to ask me if I prefer the original Predator or Terminator movie, I love them both. Oh yeah, dude. I just like one day I had the serious munchies to watch Terminator, and I watched 1, 2, 3, all of them, all the ones I had. I've been kind of hesitant to watch newer ones because the newer ones is, eh. Even though I don't know how I feel about Christian Bale being the Connor. I think Christian Bale's Connor.
Nothing much, except he looks like Batman. You kidding? Only thing he's missing is the cape.
I like the sequel from Predator. Oh crap, you know, this is gonna be even harder because I have to turn off the music. Hang on, guys. Like for nostalgic, sure, for sure. Oh yeah. I mean, I still love the old style movies. Connor, this is the last. I know. I've had kind of a bad history with moderators. Alright guys, I will be right back. Of course it's your call, but yeah, I would. Yeah, that would annoy the heck out of me. Yeah.
You'd have thought regular people would have figured it out by now. Laws don't protect them. Never have. These days, we got more rights than victims. It's crazy. Strange was actually doing them a favor with Protocol 10. And what do?
Okay, I think that's where the first one was. Going down. The one movie I always wanted was A Nightmare on Elm Street 1. Yeah. I could definitely see that. Didn't I thought I passed by that place.
I wasn't here last time Scarecrow hit Gotham. What happened? It was bad. The guy took over a school and pumped the place full of his, you know, fear stuff. What a freak. Think Harv's looking for guys? I heard he's got a big score planned for later. Weird. All the radio stations are playing that emergency broadcast song.
Grinding on this game never gets old. Such a iconic look. Yeah, I agree.
Did you hear about the guy working with Scarecrow? Bad case of bad envy. If we don't find something soon, I'm punching you in the face. We saw a bunch of Penguin and Harvey's boys working together. I'm telling you, sign of the apocalypse. No way I'm joining with Scarecrow. I like working for Two-Face. Half the time, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Two-Face, Penguin, Riddler, screw 'em all. I'm working solo from now on.
Okay.
Penguin and Two-Face working together? That's weird. I don't like it.
I knew it was close.
Oh, this is like Arkham City. We've got the whole damn place to ourselves.
Failure.
Alfred, I found another body. The mutilation pattern looks to be identical to the previous murder victim.
Then it appears Gotham does indeed have a serial killer in its midst. And here I was thinking this evening couldn't get any worse.
I'm going to scan the body for unique identifiers.
Oh, let's have a look at ya. I'm gonna have to go to Dreamland, Wookiee. It's been nice chatting with you. As always, bye-bye for now. Alright, bud, you get some good sleep. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for all the questions, bud. What am I stuck on? Okay.
Ugh. Scar tissue on the upper arm. I recognize the pattern. 20 years ago, this was a badge of honor among inmates at Blackgate Penitentiary. A small group of racketeers known as the Bloodhaven Six. Remnants of a pacemaker fitted through the right ventricle. If I cross-reference the manufacturer with the pacing method, it will help to narrow the search. Clear signs of bone deformation on the victim's knee. Joint line sclerosis points to juvenile arthritis, a rare and debilitating condition. Alfred, I've ID'd the victim as Franklin Accardo.
His records are a litany of drug-related offenses, sir. In and out of prison from an early age. He was serving a 20-year sentence at Blackgate before being released early on grounds of ill health due to a heart condition. He moved to Little Rock, Arkansas, which is where he was reported missing.
Another person taken from outside the Gotham area.
A significant detail, sir.
So are these words written beside the bodies. Try and find a connection between the two victims I've found, Alfred. There has to be something linking them together.
I'll try my best, sir.
And you know, guys, I'm thinking we're probably not gonna do Riddler. I mean, the reason I'm not gonna do the Riddler stuff is because I've done it. I think at least 3 games. Across 3 games, it's just overly tedious. You have to collect all the trophies. You have to solve all the riddles. You have to line up the riddle and take a picture, and it's just tedious. And I'm just not going to go for it this time. So we will be just doing this main story and a few side missions, because I think some of the cooler villains aside from Riddler, besides Riddler, excuse me, is much better.
I got a taste of Scarecrow's fear gas once. I really, really don't want another one.
So we are going to go to do
I'm heading on Scarecrow's toxin.
Let's hope it's good news, sir.
You know, I just wonder, like, when does Batman, aka Bruce Wayne, have the time to build all these cool trapdoors?
Identity confirmed.
Alright, where's the... Okay, there's the computer. Cool. I gotta admit, that's a complicated looking computer. I don't know if I would be able to run it. Cool. Looks so cool.
Do I come in the Batcave, start messing with all your stuff?
You've managed to reduce the compound to its core elements.
But there's nothing in there that we can trace.
What if we've been looking at this the wrong way? Instead of searching for the toxin, what if we focus on the manufacturing process?
Why didn't I see this? The reaction emits a unique radiation.
You were probably looking too hard.
Run a scan of the city for this energy signature.
Okay, backseat driver, let the lady deal with it. Come on.
It'll take
She's probably more tech-savvy than you.
We don't have enough time. I'll repurpose the antenna at the movie studios.
Bruce, I spoke to Dad. I hate lying to him. He'd kill me if he knew I was still in the city. He still blames himself for this.
We'll stop Scarecrow. Jim, we've got a way to find out where Crane's working from.
Thank God. What can I do?
Get your men ready. Soon as we've got a location, I'll let you know.
All right. Can't believe everyone's running scared. Gotham really went soft without Joker.
I mean, lots of a sense of humor? Probably. I mean, honestly, Batman had probably... Or Joker had probably the best sense of humor.
The country watches, Batman. From Metropolis to Keystone. We're going to give them a show.
Ah, that's right. Okay, cool.
The generator's damaged. I need to bypass it and power the antenna directly.
Hello again, Mr. Wayne. How can I help you this time?
Is the power winch ready for deployment?
It's 100% functional. Though no guarantees if you're intending to pull that car of yours up the side of a building.
You read my mind.
It's in the job description, Mr. Wayne. Batwing's on its way.
Now, I'd like to have actually flown that thing around the city, but I guess that would probably make things a little too easy. Either that or the back cycle would be pretty cool. It's like yum yum. Thank you for the gum gum.
How do you plan on getting the car onto the roof?
I'll improvise.
The winch needs a secure anchor point to function. Once it's attached, just hit reverse. And please be
Sounds
careful
easy
with
enough.
the car, Mr. Wayne. She's one of a kind.
I don't know, something tells me you could probably rebuild her. See, this is why I don't do my own stunts. I'd fall flat on my face.
When I'm finished, the world will be forever changed.
I did it. So proud of myself. Well, at least we made it. Man, I want to know who replaces the windows on this thing. I mean, I'd be like one of the guys like, really, Batman? You couldn't just, like, I don't know, use your Batwing? And now I have to replace all these orb-like sculptures. Thanks, Batman. I'm Tarzan. You just keep on breaking things. Let there be power.
Oracle, I've restored power to the radio antenna.
Great. I'm connecting now. I was just talking to Robin. I think you should too.
Bruce, you need me out there. We can find Scarecrow faster together.
What you're working on is more important, Tim.
Can wait one night. Let me help.
I've got this under control.
Okay. Listen, try checking in once in a while. We're partners, remember?
He just wants to help, you know.
Is the antenna ready?
Yeah, but we're going to need a microwave tower to triangulate Scarecrow's location.
And I don't understand why Batman doesn't listen to his team here. Come on.
I've marked it on your map.
Thanks, Oracle. The Batmobile's powering the antenna. I can't use it right now.
Give up the hunt, Bat. You won't find me until I want you to.
I usually go for the guys who are quiet, not the guys who are yelling at me. But hey, if that makes you sleep better at night, who am I to tell you otherwise?
We're wasting time. We've got the run of the whole city and we're stuck up here guarding some antenna.
Scarecrow's men are guarding the antenna. I need to evaluate the threat and plan my attack.
That happens. This whole operation falls apart. What do we need him for? For the hostage? Contingency plan in case the bat shows up.
5 soldiers, all armed. If I alert them, they'll kill the hostage. And need to reach a vantage point to draw them outside.
No, you don't. Just do your bat thing.
If I can separate them, they'll be easier to take down.
I didn't hear nothing.
Go take a look. The door stays locked. I'm taking no chances. Got it, boss.
Can you repeat that? I didn't quite get that.
He's not getting in here. We've got everything covered. Just stay calm.
That's one down.
I'm good for ammo. You guys let me know if you need any.
Three more soldiers inside. They think they're safe if they stick together. Lucius, I've got a hostage situation. 3 gunmen. I need to take them all out before they can react. Is it ready?
Flexible plates over an MR fluid armor layer. You'll move faster, hit harder, and look scarier while doing so.
Send it, Lucius. Now.
Already airborne, Mr. Wayne.
Now, here's a question. How is it the guys inside don't hear this? I mean, that's not exactly stealthy or subtle. Because if I heard them, like, guys, we gotta reinforce this place. I heard something outside really big. Something tells me it's not the boss. Quickly, guys, reinforce this place. Look, there's a vent right there. Reinforce that. Reinforce the door. That would have been me. You know? At the very least, that would have been me. Okay, well.
Well, Mr. Wayne, let me walk you through it. The outer and inner layers of the bodysuit are made of titanium.
Instruction manuals. Who needs manuals? Just let me get into it.
Tech MR fluid hardens in response to impact. With this kind of shock absorption, you'll be able to put more force into your counterattacks. The liquid armor is more flexible than the fibers you're accustomed to as well. You can use that increased maneuverability to take out multiple foes in quick succession. The suit's compatible with the Batmobile's electromagnetic eject mechanism, too. You'll fly out of that thing like a bullet from a railgun. Speaking of which, the new
Do I have a railgun?
will pull you skyward just as fast. Don't worry, Mr. Wayne. That suit can take the G's.
My other suit could have taken the G's, too.
I've activated the AR training program should you want to run diagnostics or just break it in.
Ah, I'll do that later.
3 gunmen,
Not
1
really.
hostage. Time to put this suit to the test. The new suit is faster and more mobile.
Dang, I'm fast.
Help me.
I'm like the Flash. You are okay, citizen.
Help me.
As soon as my button appears on the game, I will save you, citizen. Otherwise, you'll just have to squirm for a little bit.
Please. Man.
There you go.
Said you were quick, but I never
I have
saw
saved
anyone
you,
take
citizen.
down 3-armed guys like that. Unbelievable.
You're safe now. I'll send someone to pick you up.
Thank you. You tell me you're gonna find Scarecrow. That son of a bitch needs to be stopped.
Stay here. Someone will come and get you soon. Nice little bow.
Not yet. I need to access the console.
A console. There's no console. Oh, there's a console. Doesn't look like a console. It looks more like a power box.
Oracle, I've attached the uplink to the microwave tower.
Perfect. I made an anonymous call to GCPD. They're gonna send someone to pick up the hostage. Come on, connect. Love the suit, by the way. Okay,
Thank you.
both towers are fully online.
Time to
I'll
find
have to
Scarecrow.
pass my compliments on to my tailor. Like, I wish I could get a suit like this. Of course, I would lose the ears. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be that good with a batarang.
The micro and radio wave frequencies across Gotham. If I can find both frequencies at the same location, I'll know where Scarecrow is manufacturing his toxin. The radio and microwave frequencies point to Ace Chemicals.
Yeah, that wasn't much
That's
of a
where
puzzle.
Scarecrow's producing the toxin. Jim, I've traced the fear toxin to Ace Chemicals. That's where we'll find Scarecrow.
Impossible. I've had a team there ever since the evacuation
He's
started.
gotta have a magnet in his hands or something, because
Crane
that
must
would
have
hurt
left
the
them
heck
off.
out of my hands.
Or worse.
I'm in the area. I'll round up my guys and head over.
Hold off until I get there, Jim. I'm on my way.
Batman's got a tank now? Guess we got him scared.
Not really. Alright, guys. We are just about at that time. Sorry, I had a really bad stretch. I had to stretch. We are just about at that time. We did a lot. We found 2 firefighters. I'm sure we have a lot more to go. We have found some victims, and we're trying to figure out who did that to them. We kicked some butt, saved Poison Ivy, and then we locked her up. And we had an awesome conversations in chat, guys. You guys are amazing. I felt like we covered a lot. We covered DC, we covered Marvel, we covered movies, we covered Dragon Ball Z, we covered Spawn. We covered a lot of stuff, guys, and a lot of ground. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel and continuing your support. You guys, I say this every time, and and I mean it with all my heart. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much. So what is in store for us in this story, this game? What is next for Batman? For those answers, guys, you're gonna have to tune in to the next stream. And with that, guys, if you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you guys want to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell to be notified anytime I go live on a stream or a new video comes up. But if you guys can do me a small favor, just a little one, just a little tiny one, go down to that comment section below and let me know how I'm doing. If there's anything I can do to improve, or if you guys have a game that you guys like me to cover or would like me to play, please put that in the comment section down below as well. Or if you have an idea that I could do for a movie or a video, put that down in the comment section below as well. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day and you guys enjoy the stream. Until next time, guys, I'll see you guys on the next Angry Wookiee Show. Later!